Once upon a time, there lived a girl called
Jane.
She lived with her mother and their cow, Daisy. But they were poor, and Jane couldn't find any work. Everyone told her,
"You're too lazy."
One day, Jane's mother
Then I'm your mother.
called for her.
Jane, we will start without money.
She said,
You must take Daddy to the market and sell her.
The next day, Jane set off for the market with Daisy. But on the way, she met a mysterious
"I
man.
need a cow, but I have no money.
He said,
All I have are these magic beans."
Magic beans.
Jane thought.
That will save me a long trip to the market.
So she agreed to the deal. When she got home, her mother was furious,
How can you be so stupid, Jane?
and she threw them out the window. Jane and her mother went to bed hungry.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
But the next morning, when they woke, Jane was shocked.
Mother, look, our big beanstalk has grown from our magic beans. It's really high, eh? I hope we can climb up here.
Jane immediately began to climb the beanstalk.
Be careful, Jack.
His mother called, for a moment, confusing Jane for her long-dead husband, Jack. The beanstalk rose higher and higher, and when Jane reached the top, she stepped off onto a magical road above the clouds.
What is this place?
Jane wondered as she wandered down the road towards an enormous house. The huge door was already open, so she called out,
Anyone home?
but there was no answer, so she walked in. Moments later, she heard loud footsteps, and then the largest and meanest looking man Jane had ever seen stomped into the house.
Hi, boom, bum.
The giant sniffed the air.
I smell the blood of an Englishman.
Jane was scared,
I've heard about these man-eating giants.
but she had hidden well, so the giant eventually gave up looking and made himself a sandwich. After his lunch, the giant picked up a giraffe, and placed it on the table. Jane watched, amazed, as the giant commanded the magical giraffe,
Lay.
and a beautiful golden egg appeared. The giant eventually fell asleep, and Jane sneaked out of the house, taking the magic giraffe with her.
Goodness, you're so upset.
Jane's mother said, cryptically, when she finally got home.
Look at these golden eggs.
Jane showed her the magical giraffe.
We can sell them and never be hungry again.
Jane's mother danced for joy. But Jane wasn't satisfied, so the next day she climbed back up to the giant's house. Again the giant called,
Fee, fi, fo, bum. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
but Jane hid well while the giant ate his lunch. This time, the giant counted out money from a giant bag
1, 2,
until he fell asleep.
4.
As the giant slept, Jane carefully took all the money she could carry and returned home to her happy mother. On the third day, Jane once more climbed to the giant's house and hid. This time the giant, angered at the loss of his giraffe and money, commanded a magical music box to
Play. At least you might be able to cheer me up.
The music box played and sang beautiful music all by itself as Jane watched in amazement.
I must have that harp.
She thought. So when the giant slept, she carefully grabbed it and ran for the door. But the surprised music box cried out.
Help, I'm being stolen.
It said. The giant woke with a and raced after Jane. And for some reason, even Jane's mother was involved in the chase.
I'm gonna get you, Mother.
As Jane slid down the beanstalk, he yelled.
Mother, fetch my
And
axe.
as soon as his feet touched the ground, he grabbed it and swung with all his might, cutting deep into the beanstalk. Under the weight of the giant, the huge beanstalk shuddered and then fell with a magnificent crash, giant and all. With the mean giant finally dead, Jane and her mother found themselves rich enough to buy food and fine clothes for the whole village, and they lived happily ever after.